Good morning, students. This is Dr. Vanitha, Principal, Dr. Vijayan Metric Higher Secondary School. So, I am not new to you. I am here to continue the chemistry class, the unit 14, the biomolecules, what we had left in the last class. So, students, in this unit, the biomolecules, initially we have seen what is a biomolecule, what is the biological importance of that biomolecules, and what are the most important biomolecules like carbohydrates, proteins, vitamins, minerals, etc. Now, in the previous class we have seen about the introduction about the proteins. What are proteins? What are the types of proteins? What are amino acids? What are the types of amino acids? What is the classification of amino acid? What are the functional groups which is present in the amino acid, and how these amino acids are connected to form a protein, and also about what are the importance of a protein, how the proteins are very important to our biological system. Now students, in this class we are going to see about the structure of proteins. In the previous class we have seen what is a protein. Now we are going to see what is the structure of protein, how the protein is going to be. We know, as I said, the proteins are the important biological component of our human system. The body development, the muscle development mainly pertains with respect to the proteins. These proteins are made up of amino acid. In the previous class we have seen what are the 25 different amino acids. In that there are two different amino acids, one is essential amino acids and non-essential amino acids. How are the essential amino acids is going to be very useful to our biological system, and how they are found in food materials. Now we are going into the next topic called as structure of protein. So the protein itself is very important component, and that particular protein is going to form different shapes and different functions irrespective of the shape. So the protein alone, a simple protein, will not going to help out anyway in our biological system. So these proteins will modify themselves. It is going to modify it in major forms, and based on the modification it is going to perform its function. Basically there are three, generally the proteins are the polymers of amino acids. The amino acids combined together, they will form a chain like molecule, and they form a chain. It's said to be a primary structure. The structure of proteins, the protein can form four important structures. One is the primary structure, second one is the secondary structure, third is the tertiary structure, and fourth is the quaternary structure. When you go with the primary structure, how the primary structure is going to be? Initially, there are various amino acids. That individual amino acids will combine together. The individual amino acids will combine together and it will form a chain like molecule. Students, you can just imagine a beads, money, and மணிகள்லாம் ஒண்ணா கோர்த்தா எப்படி வந்து ஒரு செயின் ஃபார்ம் ஆகுமோ அந்த மாதிரி ஒவ்வொரு மணியா கோர்த்து ஒரு செயின் ஃபார்ம் ஆகிற மாதிரி இந்த அமைனோ ஆசிட்ஸ் தான் மணிகள். இந்த மணியாக இருக்கிறது அமைனோ ஆசிட்ஸ். இந்த அமைனோ ஆசிட்ஸ் எல்லாமே வந்து ஒன்றா சேர்ந்து ஒரு செயின் மாதிரி உருவாகும். தட் இஸ் செட் டு பி புரோட்டீன். ஸோ இந்த ஒரு மணியை இன்னொரு மணியோட கனெக்ட் பண்ணுறதுக்கு ஒரு நூல் வேணும் இல்லைங்களா? That is said to be the peptide bond. So the two amino acid molecule combine together to form a protein. Not only two, it can be more than two. So these formation, the combining molecule will form a peptide bond. So to form a primary structure, the proteins will form a polypeptide chain. The polypeptide chain here said that the individual amino acids, the round like molecule, will be combined together with the help of a bond called as a peptide bond. So the individual amino acids combine together to form a peptide bond, then that protein structure is said to be the primary structure. So this is the primary structure. The amino acid combined together to form a peptide bond is said to be the primary structure. Students, you may ask me a question that how the combination occurs, how the linkage occurs. Yes, students, in the previous class we have seen that the amino acid will have an amino group and a carboxylic group. Am I right? So, for example, take an amino acid. If it is having at one end, if it is having an amino group, the another amino acid which is joining should have a carboxylic group at its end. So, an amino acid at one end, it should have an amino group. Another amino acid, it should have a carboxylic group at another end. So, an amino acid with the amino group and amino acid with the carboxylic group will combine together and they form a bond. In chemistry, you have studied number of bonds. For example, you would have studied about the hydrogen bond, you would have studied about the covalent bond, and you would have studied about the van der Waals interaction. Now, this protein, with respect to protein, the main type of bondage will be with the hydrogen bond. Hydrogen bonds are the very weaker bonds. It can be easily broken. At any time, easily broken. For example, students, I will tell you a best example. Consider an egg. You know, egg is there. What we will do to cook an egg, we will put that egg into a hot water. We will boil that egg. What happens? Egg generally it will be in a semi-solid forms. And once after it is boiling, what had happened? That egg will become a solid one. Now there is a change of state. What change of state? Semi-solid to complete solid. This is one of the important example of a protein. That type of proteins are called as globular proteins. Globular proteins will have a change in the shape. How it is going to get solidified? I told you the egg is there. That egg generally it will be in semi-solid form. Once it is heated, it will be converted into a solid form. So there is a continuous change over how it is going to occur. Then what had happened? The interaction, the liquid has been converted into a solid only due to the breakdown of hydrogen bonds. You know the egg is made up of a protein. Example, the protein name is albumin. You can study in biology egg albumin. Now the bond present in between the amino acids will be broken and it gets gripped, it gets solidified. This is going just a small example I would like to share with you. Now with respect to primary structure, the polypeptide chain. Now the polypeptide chain is nothing but the chain formed between two amino acid, one amino acid containing an amino group at one end, another amino acid containing a carboxylic group at another end. So if these two combine together, they will form a bond called as a peptide bond. Just not only two, many amino acid can combine together, more than one. It can be of any molecular weight. So that structure is said to be the primary structure. And next comes the secondary structure. Now I will tell you students, what are generally the structures? The structures in the sense the primary. See, one amino acid, another amino acid, third amino acid, fourth, fifth, sixth and seventh. So these are combined together with the bond said to be the peptide bond. Could you see this? So these are the amino acid 1, amino acid 2, amino acid 3, amino acid 4, amino acid 5, amino acid 6 and the 7. So this all 7 amino acids are combined together with the help of a bond called as the peptide bond. See here, this is the peptide bond. So now how this peptide bond is formed? Consider a protein is having an amino group at one side, another protein should have a carboxylic group at one other side. So now, alternate. So this should have an amino group, it can be combined together, and this amino acid should have a carboxyl group. Could you remember, could you see this students? Amino group, carboxyl group, amino group. So this is how the peptide linkage occurs. So this is very simple. The primary structure of amino proteins are mainly formed by the combination of amino acids, more than one amino acid. How they are formed? By linking the amino group of one amino acid to the carboxylic group of another amino acid. So this is the basic concept. Students, you should not forget this in future. You should remember this while writing the exams also. And next said to be the secondary structure. Students, see here, this is the secondary structure. A snake-like model. You can see this structure will show you it resembles as a snake. The snake, it has a helical structure. So this amino acid, this is a primary amino acid. Secondary in the sense, they'll get a secondary folding. A single line, a thread-like structure is said to be the primary. If that thread is folded like this, it is said to be the secondary structure. And now this again called as alpha helix. I'll tell you in future what is an alpha helix. And now the tertiary structure. If a peptide chain has 3 foldings, the 2 folding peptide chain is said to be secondary structure. If the folding is at 3 times, then it is said to be the tertiary structure. See, the scrolling or mari vandu valanji irukku parunga. This is said to be the tertiary structure of peptide chain. And now next is a quaternary structure. It's a very complex one. Complex one in the sense, the folding will be much more and more. ஒரு நூல் கண்டு வந்து நல்லா சுத்திக்கிட்டு சிக்கிக்கிட்டு இருந்தா எப்படி இருக்குமோ அதே மாதிரி தான் this quaternary structure will be like this. So this is said to be the very complex structure. You know students, ஒரு நூல் கயிறு கண்டு மாதிரி சுத்தி இருந்தா அதை ரிமூவ் பண்றது ரொம்ப கஷ்டம். அப்ப அதுல வந்து number of amino acids will be more and also the number of bond formation will also be more. So why we are studying this structure of proteins in the sense, in our body, in our human system, the proteins will be present in various places. So at different type, it can perform different functions at different places based on the arrangement of either it is a primary or it is a secondary or it is a tertiary or it is a quaternary. It has its own function in different places. For example, you take up hair protein. You know hair is a straight one. That is the best example for the primary structure, a single fiber like thing. That is the example for primary structure. And the egg albumin, the egg, what I said you the example, that is the best example for the complex structure. It can easily solidify. So this is the diagrammatic representation of protein structures, primary, secondary, tertiary and quaternary. Now in the just a few minutes back we have seen what is a primary one, and now we are moving into the secondary structure. The secondary structure, so before that I am going to tell you, I said no, to form a polypeptide chain 2 amino acids should get combined together. So in the board you can see this is the amino group of one amino acid, that is glycine. GLY is nothing but the glycine. The glycine amino acid will have an amino group and a carboxylic group. So the amino group of this amino acid should combine with the carboxyl group of methionine. MET is nothing but methionine. And next is the phenylalanine. PHE, this is the phenylalanine. Another one is the cysteine, and the next amino acid is arginine, and next the last one is said to be the asparagine. You see in the structure, one end it will be an amino group, clear, and the other end it will be a carboxyl group. So a polypeptide chain, a primary structure should have a free amino group end and a free carboxylic group end. Do you know why? Suppose if an additional amino acid is coming over here, surely an additional amino acid will have a carboxyl group that will come and join over here. So I said it's like a beads, money மாதிரின்னு சொன்னேன். எப்பவுமே ஒரு செயினுக்கு வந்து 2 எண்டு வந்து கட்டி விட்டுட்டோம்னா அடுத்த ஒரு மணியை வந்து கோக்க முடியாது. அதே மாதிரி இந்த பாலிபெப்டைட் செயின் வந்து பிரைமரியாக இருந்தது, சிங்கிள் ஒரு நூலாக இருந்ததுன்னா அடுத்து ஒரு மணியை என்னால் சேர்த்துக்கிட்டே இருக்க முடியும். ஸோ ஒரு மணியை சேர்க்கணுன்னா நூலோட ஒரு முனை எனக்கு காலியாக இருக்கணும். ஸோ அதுக்கு அந்த கான்செப்ட் தான் இங்கே ப்ரைமரி ஸ்ட்ரக்சர். ஒரு மணியை கோத்து மாலையாக மாற்றும் போது மாலையோட ஒரு முனையை கட்டிட்டோம்னா அந்த மாலை பெருசு ஆகாது. அதே மாதிரி அந்த 2 கயரோட நூலும் வந்து ஃப்ரீயாக இருக்கும்போது என்னால் எத்தனை மணி வேணும்னாலும் கோத்துக்க முடியும். The same concept here, in a primary structure polypeptide chain, both the ends should be free. That is, a polypeptide chain should have a carboxylic group free end and an amino group free end. Then only the other amino acids can come and bind. That is the speciality of a polypeptide chain. You should not forget this, student. Now I will move on to the secondary structure. What is the secondary structure? For example, consider a polypeptide chain is here. There is another polypeptide chain. This is the one primary structure and this is another primary structure. Now these two chains should be joined together. Now it forms a secondary structure. This bonding, the joining place is said to be the hydrogen bond. So two polypeptide chain will join together with the help of hydrogen bond. That is said to be the secondary structure. The amino acids in the secondary structure are arranged in the right-handed helix. For right hand oda இப்படி நான் ரைட் சைடு வந்து இந்த மாதிரி சுத்தினேன்னா எந்த மாதிரி இருக்குமோ அந்த மாதிரி தான் செகண்டரி ஸ்ட்ரக்சர் இருக்கும். இந்த டயக்ராமில் நீங்கள் பார்க்கலாம். இந்த போர்டில் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா இந்த டயக்ராம் உங்களுக்கு தெரியும். ஸோ இங்கே பார்த்தீங்கன்னா இந்த டேர்னிங் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ரைட் ஹேண்ட் சைடில் டேர்ன் ஆகும். இந்த மாதிரி வந்து இந்த காயில் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா இட் வில் பி இன் த ரைட் ஹேண்ட் சைட். ஸோ இந்த ரைட் ஹேண்ட் சைட் காயிலிங் தான் said to be the secondary structure. Madam இந்த மாதிரி வராதா? No, it will not occur. It occurs only in the right handed form. Why? Due to the formation of peptide bond. So இங்க ஒரு அமினோ ஆசிடோட அமினோ குரூப்பும் இந்த ஹெலிக்ஸ்ல இருக்கிற கார்பாக்சில் குரூப்பும் சேரணும்னா ஒரு பாண்ட் தேவை. அந்த பாண்டுக்கு பேர் தான் it is said to be the hydrogen bond. So the alpha helix, the secondary structure, is mainly formed by the arrangement of amino acid in the right-handed helix bond. How this helix is going to be stand? It will be stabilized by the hydrogen bonds. So that is the speciality of an alpha helix. In the alpha helix you have another structure called as beta strand, or it is said to be as beta pleated sheet. Beta pleated sheet அப்படினா என்னன்னா ஒரு sheet like structure. There is nothing wounding around. It will be a sheet like structure. ஒரு ரெண்டு ஷீட்டை வந்து நான் கனெக்ட் பண்ணுறேன். ரெண்டு ஷீட்டை கனெக்ட் பண்ணால் அந்த கேப்பில் வந்து ஒரு பாண்ட் ஃபார்ம் ஆகணும். That bond is very very important. Suppose this is a polypeptide chain and this is another polypeptide chain, and these two polypeptide chains are connecting parallelly. There is no wounding around. There is no swirling. There is only a parallel arrangement. For example, like this. If it is like this, then the protein structure is said to be the secondary structure. Ma'am, what about the bond formation in alpha helix லையும் beta plated sheetல எப்படி இருக்கும்னு கேட்டா, alpha helix பொறுத்த வரையும் it will be like ஒரு சுழற்சி மாதிரி இருக்கும். beta plated sheet பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் sheet மாதிரி parallel-ஆ நிக்கும். So இந்த மாதிரி swirl ஆகும்போது what happens? கண்டிப்பா இங்க ஹைட்ரஜன் பாண்டிங் மட்டும் தான் தேவை. பட் in case இந்த பீட்டா ப்ளீட்டர் ஷீட்ல என்ன தேவைன்னா ஹைட்ரஜன் பாண்டும் இருக்கும். along with that இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு ஸ்ட்ரக்சர் ஏன் வரணும்? ஆல்ஃபா ஹெலிக்ஸே இருக்கே, அது மட்டும் போதாதான்னா போதாது. இந்த அமைனோ ஆசிட்லயே சில அமைனோ ஆசிட்லலாம் சல்ஃபர் இருக்கும். எஸ், சல்ஃபர் கண்டெய்னிங் அமைனோ ஆசிட்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. அதுக்கு எக்ஸாம்பிள் என்னன்னா சிஸ்டீன். தட் இஸ் த பெஸ்ட் எக்ஸாம்பிள் ஆஃப் சல்ஃபர் கண்டெய்னிங் அமைனோ ஆசிட். அந்த சல்ஃபர் வந்து ஹைட்ரஜன் பாண்டில் இன்வால்வ் ஆகாது. அதுக்கு ஒரு தனி பாண்ட் இருக்கணும். ஸோ சப்போஸ் ஒரு பெரிய பாலிபெப்டைட் செயின் இருக்குது, அதில் வந்து 20 அமைனோ ஆசிட் வந்து ஆல்டர்னேட்டிவாக இருக்கும். 10 ஏதோ ஒரு ஆல்டர்னேட்டிவாக இருக்கும். அது ரெண்டும் ஒன்றா சேர்க்கணும்னா எங்கேயாவது ஒரு இடத்துல சிஸ்டீன் இருந்ததுன்னு வச்சுக்கோங்க, சிஸ்டீனும் ஹைட்ரஜன் பாண்ட் ஆகாது. ஸோ அங்கே என்ன வரணும்? அங்கே தே ஃபார்ம் அ பீட்டா ப்ளீட்டட் ஷீட். அந்த பாண்டுக்கு பேர் டைசல்ஃபைடு பாண்ட். டைனா 2, சல்ஃபைடுனா சல்ஃபர் குரூப். So especially in beta pleated sheet, the cysteine containing amino acid will form a beta pleated sheet. எந்த பாலிபெப்டைட் செயின்லலாம் சிஸ்டீன் அப்படிங்கிற அமைனோ ஆசிட் இருக்கோ அங்கெல்லாம் புரோட்டீன் எந்த மாதிரி இருக்கும் அப்படின்னா இந்த பீட்டா ஸ்ப்ளிட்டட் ஷீட் ஃபார்மில் இருக்கும். could you see this? So it will be a sheet like structure. The amino acid, the polypeptide chain containing sulfur in its group, that type of sulfur containing amino acid will form a beta pleated sheet. And this alpha helix and beta pleated sheets are similar. The only difference is in case if the polypeptide chain is having sulfur, then it is forming a disulfide bridge. That bridge will change the alpha helix into a beta form. That is only difference. Another structure is said to be the tertiary structure. The tertiary structure is nothing but the three-dimensional structure. Primary la வந்து polypeptide chain will be simple, a single row. Secondary la ரெண்டு polypeptide chains ஒண்ணா join ஆகும். In tertiary, the polypeptide chains will have a three-dimensional shape. It forms a complex structure. So best example is here also the disulfide linkages is also here. The secondary tertiary structure also involves the disulfide linkages. Especially ingela pathina hydrogen bonding romba important. And a tertiary structure la it will have an electrostatic interaction, it will have an hydrophobic interaction. Hydrophobic na water insoluble, inga vandu water e thevilla. And third is the hydrogen bonding and also the van der Waals interaction. The van der Waals interaction is very strong interaction. We cannot break that structure. That type of structure is said to be the tertiary structure. Apart from this, there is another structure called as the quaternary structure. Example, myoglobin. You know students, muscle. Myoglobin is a muscle protein. The muscle proteins are very important. The muscle proteins build பண்றதுக்கு many exercises are there and that is going to form strength to the muscles. So why this muscle protein is very important in the sense it's a very complex structure. You can see here it's a very complex structure. The amino acid present here is very more and also the bond formation between them is also very high. So it is very difficult to break this bond formation. So this example is the best, myoglobin is the best example for the quaternary structure. So students, in this class we have discussed about the structure of proteins, that is about the primary structure, how the polypeptide is going to form. Polypeptide chain formation mainly involves the combination of amino group and the carboxyl group, and how this polypeptide chain is going to get modified into a secondary structure, into a tertiary structure and into a quaternary structure. Students, in this unit, so we have just discussed a single topic called as the structure of proteins. In future class we will see what are the importance of protein and how that what is denaturation and how the protein is entering into the denaturation process. Thank you students, thank you all.